A short-haired, brown-headed NB in a blue t-shirt and coffee-coloured cardigan sits in a hotel and rambles at a camera. Here in a hotel room on Ngunnawal, Ngambri and Ngarigo lands, bringing you mental health musings. I mentioned a couple of weeks back my horrific experience with a wheelchair taxi driver and promised information on trainings that can be done. My research has not been exhaustive, but from a brief look at the internet, there doesn't seem to be a lot out there, which is concerning. I'm going to continue to poke around, but certainly I have been following a few different mobility advocates. I have my own thoughts on this based on my own other advocacy experiences and stuff. So I'm going to put a pause in that promise. There's actually a blog post coming very shortly. I've started the last couple of days carving out a little bit of time to write, getting back into life. So in that blog post is going to be a little bit of information about some shifts and changes. I can't believe I'm saying this, but a TikTok account is coming to kind of capture shorter little accessibility musings. I haven't really thought about what I'm going to call it yet. I have an idea of what I want to do with it, but it's probably likely not to see that until end of April, early May. But we're going to move the accessibility conversations into a different space. Mental health and disability and accessibility, they all definitely cross over. But I think that for these experiences and where we can go with them, increasingly having conversations around access. And so I want to give it its own space and do those conversations justice. So back to mental health musings for this week. I'm currently working on a research paper that I'm handing to my boss on Thursday. And the topic focus is ethics and integrity in lived experience research. So looking at the National Statement on Ethical Conduct in Human Research and what the lived experience field experiences can contribute, how it applies, where perhaps we can do better. All of those things are rolling around in my head at the moment. But tonight I've been looking at a paper by UK researchers, and the computer's just gone dark on me, around what people in the lived experience community, so consumers and carers of mental health services, think about academic research, what their perspectives are. And it has me curious. I can't take anything that is put into social media and just put it in a research paper. So please know that from the start. I have my own ethical commitments to uphold. But I'm just curious to do a basic survey. We know that those of us that have been through the mental health system have a range of really powerful views. One of the things that we're saying more and more in the lived experience space is we need a diversity of perspectives, because otherwise it becomes tokenistic and becomes focused on only one or two voices or one or two representations of voices. I've been looking at some research that was actually done by the team that I now work with on consumer and carer perspectives and priorities and what they wanted to see prioritised in research, and there was a very, very large set of priorities established. And it shifted and changed according to consumer or carer perspectives, or consumer and carer perspectives. But while that's a really, really big and interesting area, I guess the question that's sitting in my mind at the moment is, why when in the past we've had papers that have argued that there is a distrust of consumers and carers wanting to engage with academic research. Why that might be. I certainly have some research here talking about ideas on why that is. But I'm curious as I build towards this paper on Thursday to hear maybe your voice. So if you've got some thoughts as to why you might be distrustful of academic research and representations in the mental health services field, research fields, I'd love to hear about them. If you want to be involved and why you want to be involved, I'd love to hear that too. Please, share your thoughts with me. Do we need lived experience in this space? Why do we need lived experience in this space? And how do we make sure that those who are contributing lived experience to this space feel like they can trust what's happening, feel supported in the process? Chuck it all in the chat for me or the comments, and I'll see you later.